Welcome, friends. Caraboonie. Caraboonie is Swahili for welcome.
You'll be able to see better if you sit him on side.
All right. As you guys are finding your final seats, please watch your hands, arms, feet, legs. The doors are sliding closed on the right side.
We're going to see lots of animals. Maybe a giraffe. Close the door so we stay safe.
All right, Twende, my friends. That is Swahili for let's go. Thank you, Warren. Bye. All right, good afternoon, friends. Good afternoon, and Jumbo. My name is Nicole. I'm going to be your safari tour guide today through the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Now, a couple quick things before we dive into it. Just please keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Also, whether we're driving or stopped or anything in between, just please remain seated at all times. I appreciate you guys. That includes if you have little ones sitting in your laps or on the benches next to you, just make sure they stay fully seated the entire journey. Essentially, we want to avoid any lap standing or hot potato games back there. And then also, I know you guys probably don't need to hear this one, but just in case in all of your excitement seeing these really cool animals, you feel the urge to call out or whistle at them, please do not do that. This is their home. We don't want to disturb them. Now, speaking of, we have entered the Little Aturi Forest, and over on the right side in the upper left corner of that hill over there, there's a with zebra stripe legs. That is called an okapi. Now, the okapi are actually not at all related to zebras, despite those cool stripes. They're actually closely related to giraffes. Now, both the okapi and the giraffes, they have what's called prehensile tongues. That means their finger-like in movement. They're really good at ripping leaves off branches. However, the okapi and the giraffe tongue is long. That's about your fingertip to your elbow. And that does mean they can actually lick their own eyeballs. It's very weird. Now, way out on the left side, if you look at the top of the hill, there is a black rhino up there against the boulders by the tree and everything. So if you can see past there, that is a black rhino. Now, they also have a triangular shaped upper lip that's prehensile in movement, so they're also really good at ripping leaves off branches, just like those okapi and giraffe tongues. Now, also on the right side, these big black and white are saddle-billed storks. There's a male and the female. Together they did build that nest in front of them on the top of the bushes there. They get up to 5 feet tall. They have a wingspan of about 8 or 9 feet across. Now, back by the tree line, it's hard to see, but there are some antelope back there in the bushes. They're chestnut colored with the spiral horns. Those are the bongos. And the bongos, they have those spiral horns that point so far back because they are really good at diving into the bushes when they need to. They're good at crawling through tight spaces. But they are a forest antelope. Ooh, and then on the left side here by the tree, this is one of the greater kudu. Looks like there's another one back there in the bushes. Now, they have those thin white stripes on their backs, and that's to mimic the rays of the sun. That's how they camouflage. But that's another forest antelope, just like those bongos. Now, my friends, we are crossing over into the Safi River area. Yeah. Now, along the way, I like to give a 2-second shout out to all that bamboo that we just saw, because I know we saw a lot of it. It's really sustainable. So whenever you guys can make a switch to a bamboo-friendly product at home, it's an excellent idea. Now, over on the right side in the trees, we have these are pink-backed pelicans. They get their name because they have patches of pink under their wings and on their backs. Now, I don't see any yet, but we can keep an eye out on the waters for some gray oak.
She's talking about all the animals.
So running up the hillside there on the left, that is an African painted dog on the top of the den there. So they have the brown, black, and white splotchy pattern fur. They look like paintings, that's how they got their name, but they also happen to have the highest hunting success rate, higher than lions and hyenas. And then also out on the left side by the tree line, those are the sable antelope along the tree line there. They have those long, thin horns. Those horns get up to 5 feet long, and they use them for sparring or fending off predators. focus on the left side here. So you can see the one in the front here with the larger horns. That one's just older. The other three, they're just working on it. They're just younger. But those horns have a honeycomb structure inside, so that's how they regulate their body temperature. That's how they stay cooler during the summer months. Now over on the right side, at the end of the dirt road over there, looks like there might be some through the bushes. But that is a Hartman's Mountain zebra. Now they have unique stripe patterns that are unique like fingerprints, which is also the same for the Maasai giraffe spot patterns and those African painted dog fur patterns. But a group of zebra is known as a dazzle. And a group of giraffes, like what's coming up ahead around this curve, is known as a tower. So we got quite a few giraffes out here. There is a baby giraffe on the hillside coming up over here. Now, the baby giraffe was born about 6 feet tall, that's the average. But they grow up to 18 to 20 feet tall, these Maasai giraffes. So on the hillside right here, this is the baby giraffe. And then you can see in the bushes and the trees all behind him, there's all of those other giraffes as well. Now I do believe once we get around to these trees here, yes, there is a very large beige colored antelope over here on the side road on the right. These are the elands. They are the second largest antelope species. They get up to 6 feet tall at shoulder heights. Those are elands. All right, now as we continue through the savannah, we've got some debris on the ground on the left side here and this tree pushed over on the right. So we are going to start looking for some African elephants. They're making it kind of easy. It looks like they're actually right up in front of us as we come through this rock structure and to the right a little bit. Now they're what's known as a keystone species, so their survival is essential to the survival of the savanna ecosystem. So when they do things like push over trees, for example, it helps all of the species around them, like all those antelope we met. But here are a couple of female elephants, and we actually know this based on their size. So the females are about 8 feet, 8,000 pounds. Males can get upwards of 10 feet tall, 13,000 pounds. But you can see that both the males and the females have those tusks. Now the tusks, as many of us may know, are the reason that they were poached for so long. It was for the ivory of their tusks. Now there has been an ivory ban in years past, which is excellent. That's helping their population increase little by little. But one of the reasons it's not increasing faster and why they're still endangered after all this time, it's actually why most animals are endangered now, is from deforestation. So a lot of their territories are being mined for material called coltan. Now, coltan is going to be found in all of our smartphones, tablets, and devices. So essentially everything we use with a screen. That includes laptops, televisions, gaming systems. If it has a screen, it has coltan. So the best way we can help out, super easy. We just need to make sure we recycle our devices responsibly because we can reuse coltan. That's the best part. We can take it from the old, outdated devices, put it in the new devices, and it works exactly the same. So our goal is to eliminate mining for it and just keep reusing what we have. Now as we continue working our way forward through the savannah, it's important to remember, as you guys are collecting your amazing animal experiences today, just remember that conservation is working. So keep making those eco-friendly decisions every day. They are excellent decisions. As Disney would say, we just need to keep moving forward.
All the elephants.
All the elephants.
All the elephants.
All the elephants.
Can you believe Christmas is only 2 showers away?
The elephant. Oh. It's right there, Jojo.
Did you see him?
It's right there.
You see the fake baobab trees? They're not real. want my phone to take pictures? Yeah, take pictures on Danielle's phone.
Yeah, because we were right by the flamingo pier. All the flamingos were here.
Okay.
On our private safari.
So this is gonna be pretty tricky. I don't know if we'll get a really good view. So there are a couple elephants. They're straight ahead of us, way out on the horizon. Oh, it looks like we might be stopped here for a second anyways. But they're kind of against that far, far back wall. Now we're gonna take this loop around these flamingos. So you can kind of keep an eye out as we loop around up ahead, but they're just tucked against that back wall enough that I don't believe we'll get a clear view of them through here, but we'll try our best as we come around. But it does look like there's some elephants up ahead, but it is gonna take a second. Well, let me see how far forward we can move. Okay, this is about as far as we get. Now, I have a feeling through those rocks over there, we can see all these trucks are stopped, so there's probably some animal movement in the road. So a lot of times when we stop, if the animals want to cross the road, they can cross the road. If they want to stop and stare at us in the road, sometimes they do that too.
You hear them?
It's happy.
That's the flamingos talking to each other.
Well, whatever we're stopped for, we're back on the move. And it looks like we were probably right behind the animal stop because those trucks just started moving right when that call came through. So we're probably pretty close. Alrighty, here we go.
Where we go?
Alright, so way out on the horizon, some glimpses of those elephants. But we're going to make this loop around these greater flamingos.
Oh, I see the elephant.
Now this is a fun animal group name. It's a flamboyance of flamingos. Do you guys know how flamingos get their pink color? It is from everything they eat, so it's a combination, but it's a bunch of shrimp, some algae, some other delicious things in the water. And they eat by dunking their heads underwater, eating upside down.
Upside down.
Upside down.
So we'll make our way around this flamboyance of flamingos.
She walk in the water.
And then coming up straight ahead of us is an ostrich. That could have been the animal we were waiting for a second there.
See right by the truck?
That I
Look by the truck and there's a big ostrich. And there's another ostrich.
So there on the top of the hill on the left side, there is an ostrich right there. There's another one out in the middle here as well. But the ostrich, they are the largest bird species in the world. They get up to 9 feet tall. And we actually can tell that these two are female ostrich based on their feather color. The females have gray feathers, the males have the black feathers. And then over on the right are some white rhinos. We also might have been holding for them for a minute. They're moseying through. So those are the white rhinos. Their name is a mistranslation on the name. It's from the Afrikaans word "weit," meaning wide, and that's in regard to their mouth shape. So they have much wider mouths. They can only graze on the ground. So they are not named for their color, they're named for how they eat. Now also coming up ahead on the hillside on the left, we have a couple of cheetah. Oh, and on the red rock right out front. That's beautiful.
Oh, one right here. Oh, wow. I remember I did these.
See the cheetahs?
There's one on the rock right there.
That's beautiful.
down the water.
So there's 3 right here on this hillside so far we can see. There might be some more in the area. But the cheetahs are a little bit smaller for a big cat species. They're aerodynamic, they're built for speed. So they can get up to speeds upwards of 60 miles an hour, and their claws actually never fully retract, and that is so they can grip the ground and go faster. They also have those black teardrop shapes under their eyes that go down to their chin, and that's to naturally deflect sunlight. That's one of the advantages they have for hunting during the day. But all of these are traits unique to cheetahs.
When we had our little private safari, there's a walkway that comes out right with bushes, which goes right over the rocks.
They are not shared by their neighbors over here, the lions, on the rocks on the left.
Okay.
So there's a male and 2 females laying there.
Lions. Wow.
But
So the
they
lions
do
are
it
opposite of those cheetahs. They are nocturnal
They're taking a
hunters. They
rest.
hunt at night. They sleep 16 to 20 hours during the day. And they're probably awake checking out those white rhinos, making sure they're enjoying their lunch. But this is a pride of lions over here on the left side. So this is pretty on point for the lions. Now just to size compare, those cheetahs built for speed, they get upwards of 160 pounds. Lions can get upwards of 3, sometimes even 400 pounds. So they are bigger, built for power. All right, now we're kind of looking around. Oh, at the top on the left by the back rock wall there's some warthogs wandering up there. Now the warthogs, they have their 2 sets of tusks that they use with their snouts and their feet to dig out these burrows. And then also on the right here is a close-up of some of those white rhinos we saw before. Using those wider mouths, you can see they can only graze on the ground.
You need to get down. Where are you gonna go?
So we'll keep going around these warthogs. You can still see them out there. Now the warthogs, they are super intelligent. They're social. They're non-territorial. Quite honestly, not a whole lot bothers the warthog. In fact, if they find a burrow that's been abandoned by an aardvark, they'll just move into that. They don't even need to build their own home. They are a pretty chill species. So we are coming over this rattly bridge here into our final area here called Magadi Glen. Now I really like Magadi Glen. It's a nice peaceful bookend to that forest we started out in. We're going to circle around the warden's post here on the left side, and scattered all around these are the Nigerian dwarf goats. They are excellent for farming because they're dairy goats. But in front of the warden's house there's that yellow box suspended by chains hanging in the yard. That is actually a section of a beehive fence. Now how that started was the farmers in Africa were having some issues with the elephants in particular migrating through their crops, and the elephants would eat the crops, and that was frustrating. That was a loss of income for the farmers and their families. Now meanwhile, here in Animal Kingdom, the researchers here were further understanding how the elephants communicate, and they discovered that the elephants can specifically communicate to each other where the bees are, and they go around the bees. They avoid bees. So the researchers and the farmers got together, they came up with the solution of that beehive fence back there, and now the farmers line the perimeters of their crops with the beehive fences, and it works. The elephants can sense the bees and go safely around. The farmers' crops are now safe. They also get a bonus secondary income from the honey, and we save bees, which is really important. So it's called the Elephant and Bee Project. It's one of many stories thanks to the Disney Conservation Fund, which is celebrating 30 years. So if you'd like to contribute, you are welcome to do so. If you go to any merchandise location or quick service food location, you can round up your change or donate any amount you'd like, and Disney will match your donation penny for penny. You also get a really cool button. It's an anniversary button. It says Conservation Hero on it, which I know you guys are. So now that we're coming into the end, my friends, just remember that conservation is working. Keep making those eco-friendly decisions every day. They are excellent decisions. And don't forget to drink lots of water and eat lots of ice cream.
Says it's a
That's
4D
also a very
show
good
inside
decision.
the Tree of Life.
Appreciate your patience. We're going to be next up to get you guys unloaded on your next adventures. If you're a wilderness explorer, you're on the Simba 1.
That's gonna go too Anthony, what's your password?
I appreciate you guys. Please watch your hands on speed and legs. Doors are sliding open on the right. Watch that step down. But Asante Sana, have such a great day. You are welcome to join, of course.
It's always nice. Especially you're right. That was cool. Like, whenever you get to see that many animals, you always feel it's like very hot. Yeah, what's going on? But we do come in here.